Welcome back to Pokémon Emerald Kaizo Hardcore Nuzlocke Challenge. My friends, last fight in the longest split of the game, and it is obviously the Tate and Liza double battle fight. I need to do small preps because the team is prepped, everything is prepped. I am really excited about that blast, but yeah, I need to double check some small stuff. And this is my team, okay? I need to pre-damage Slowbro just in case, because my first plan was we had a small fiction. And now I think we don't even have a fiction anymore, because I changed the plan. I saw something, and I saw something really cool. And with that, we can actually play this, if I have done everything correct, riskless, okay? So, I think I need to also teach one TM here, but that is okay. Because this Pokemon, I will try, okay? I will try. I cannot say guaranteed, but I will try to make it possible to bring Arcanine into the E4, because look at this Arcanine. You will not get Arcanine again like that, ever, ever, ever. This is nearly max special attack. Speed is really, like everything is, this is GMO. That's not the only Pokemon in my box. What is basically GMO is Mence, is also completely cracked. So, yeah, this is attempt 1, and it is attempt 1 for a reason. I'm not saying it's attempt 1 because I'm that skilled. We also had the correct encounters and stuff like that. You need a run for attempt 1. And that's why it is possible like that at the moment. But I need one TM here, and I will just teach that TM because that is my strongest fire-type Pokemon anyways, and we will use my only overheat TM right now here, because if I will bring this to the E4, that's my only fire-type anyways, but I can bring to the E4, and it will be, we will need overheat anyways. So what we're gonna do here right now is we will remove Flamethrower, because I would like to keep the other moves right now, because Flamethrower is a TM. Yeah. And I will just teach Overheat over Flamethrower. There is a possibility that I would like to keep the other moves right now at least, but we need to remove one move anyways if we want to use Flamethrower again. So, we'll just remove Flamethrower here. We need the Overheat for this plan, and we have the Charcoal as well. Just confirm that. And I will still do one small prep, because that was my first prep. I will still pre-damage, because I want to be safe that I don't do anything really stupid here, okay? So, Slowbro needs to be on exactly... Slowbro needs to be exactly on 102 HP without any items, so Citrus or something like that doesn't proc. And then I will talk about the team. So, the script, bad time first of all, edge party as well. We can edge everything, that's completely fine. And then Slowbro is slot number 5. So set HP, slot 5, 102 HP. That is just a safety, guys, okay? That is just a safety, we don't need that. Pretty sure about that. But that is just a safety now, okay? So, I saw something what was really cool, and I will talk about that in the fight, okay? So first of all, we have Gengar with Silph Scarf. We need the Silph Scarf, exactly. So Silph Scarf is mandatory here for sure. And we teach the only Explosion move tutor option what we have to Gengar, because Gengar doesn't learn Explosion on level up or via scale. So we need this move tutor exactly for Gengar. We have Cloyster, and yeah, I realized something in the team building, and I will talk about that, okay? Then we have Miss D, obviously a really nice Pokemon in this fight, and yeah, we have Scizor. This Scizor carried so much, man. This is only a backup, by the way, because I think we don't need them anymore, okay? I don't think we need them anymore. Slowbro is also pre-damaged, but I really believe we don't need them anymore, okay? Okay, so the team is set up. We can start the fight. We are pretty close to beat the longest split in the game. I don't even know how many deaths I actually had in total here, but that's fine. 14 deaths right now is super cool. There's nothing to say anything else about that. Okay, what is really important that my Gengar is faster here, of course. Otherwise, this plan will never work. I think the benchmark is really low. Like, you need really fucking paper Gengar. You need like 0 attack, 0 speed probably. Or minus speed nature. So yeah, we will blow up a bomb here, of course. And usually, I would blow up a bomb on Cloyster as well here. But I realized something, so we will not do that, okay? We will not do that. We will use Explosion, and we will switch to my Miss D now. With that, I'm not using any moves right now on my Miss D. My Gengar will explode, kill Latias and Latios always before they can do anything here. And Gengar dies, and Cloyster will get the level up. It doesn't really matter here at this point. We will always bait the same mons. What is really important as well. We'll just go to Cloyster and always bait now Medicham and Gardevoir. What is really important. It's really important that this is consistent. Okay. And what exactly I realized in the team building is that my Cloyster is faster than this both mons. So we can change the plan. Usually you blow up Gengar on the start and then Cloyster after that straight up. So this 2 mons dies straight up after that. We don't need to do that. And what that means for me, we can self-destruct now exactly. But before we self-destruct, we will take Medicham's ability, skill swap, give me that pure power, boost our attack with that, self-destruct, and kill Medicham and Gardevoir. We are Jolly Nature Cloyster. Usually Jolly Nature Cloyster doesn't really matter. I think it's even probably bad because the only step moves you have is special. So Ice Beam, Surf. So for an early Cloyster it is pretty bad because you're not hitting it that hard anymore. But for us it doesn't really matter, okay? So my plan worked and I think we are just done here. We go to Arcanine. Bait always, obviously, Starmie, and we will always bait now Jirachi. And yeah, that was the plan. We could do this fight riskless because you need a plan against this Jirachi. Even with boom strats, you need a plan for Jirachi. So, I will talk about my first plan now, because this fight should be over. Okay? This fight should be over. So my first plan was that I was thinking about going to Scizor, like blowing up Cloyster and Gengar turn 1, basically. So all 4 mons dies. And then we don't have the pure power, okay? And then we need to deal with this Jirachi. Like, the Starmie is obviously also a threat, but most of the time you can have a, yeah, option there. So, because of the pure power, we don't need to deal with the Starmie anymore, because Shadow Ball always kills this now. But this Jirachi is still a threat, okay? And you need to be careful with this Jirachi. And I was pre-damaging my Slowbro. Let me go to the E4. Not to the E4, to the card, sorry. So, I was pre-damaging my Slowbro. So I'm after Fire Punch, always dead to Signal Beam, okay? I can show you here. And this Jirachi is a fucking threat. This is crazy. Look at this damage, what this Meteor Match is doing, basically on my Misty, okay? So this is destroying my fucking Mischievous. But we would be out of the highest, like, look at this. This is only 1 HP. 1 HP out of kill range, actually. This Jirachi is a fucking monster with plus attack nature. Meteor Mash is just fucking doing so much damage. So my plan was to go to Scizor, Fire Punch, bait Fire Punch, and then, yeah, guaranteed Fire Punch, be in Signal Beam range, but we don't need to do that anymore, okay? Because now we have the Pure Power, and with the Pure Power we can just check it out. We don't have the Levitate anymore. With the Pure Power we are faster, that's obviously also really important for this plan. We always kill this Starmie before it can do anything. Okay? And we had the Person Berry, by the way, in the team building. We had to, like, look at this fucking Arcanine, man. We had the Person Berry in the team building, but I changed that. So we have the Charcoal now. And I removed Flamethrower for Overheat. And Overheat always kills this Jirachi now. So let me change the screen again. We saw that. Hope everything is correct. We will Overheat the Jirachi. Starmie is faster than my Arcanine, but it doesn't really matter because my Miss D is faster than Starmie. So Starmie will always die before it can do anything now here. And after that, Jirachi dies to Overheat. And that is a riskless Jirachi, what is really rare. I can already tell you, this is really fucking rare, okay? And you have a riskless Jirachi that is super rare. We also need Overheat. We are plus special attack nature, and we still need the Overheat to kill this Jirachi, okay? But yeah, the Tate and Liza split is done. We will, let me just update that because we obviously still lost 2 mons, but that is completely fine. Like, there is a fiction, okay? Without this pure power skill swap strat, there is a fiction that if I need to pre-damage also for Hydro Pump then. Like, Scizor needs to be dead to Hydro Pump. And the problem is, Hydro Pump can miss. So if Hydro Pump miss, Starmie is always dead. That's not a problem because it's always a 2-shot against my Miss D. But if the Hydro Pump misses on my Slowbro switch in, then Jirachi can target either Miss D or Slowbro. Because nothing sees a kill. And then Miss D can always die. And then it can also get the attack boost. What is okay, I guess. So yeah, if this would be guaranteed Signal Beam, I can go to my Arcanine. And kill it with Overheat as well, still with small amount of chip damage from Mischievous. But if this is not guaranteed Signal Beam, then my Miss D can die. Okay? So yeah, Jirachi is really, really rare, completely riskless. Trying to avoid AP and Meteor Mash attack is really hard, because most of the water mons will bait AP. So Slowbro is an exception because it is water psychic, and that's why it is baiting Signal Beam over any other move. But most of the water moves will resist the Meteor Mash, and then they will just bait AP. Okay, so you need to be really fucking careful because you resist Fire Punch as well, and Signal Beam is just lower damage than AP. So yeah, thank you for watching, and now we will do the fun part. I think the fun part will never stop. Most Deep Space Center, we have some small stuff to do. Obviously, level cap is 77 now, and yeah, it's all about what mon should survive, which mons can die in this last splits now. I just need to survive, and I'm pretty confident to going to the E4. Like, I have a lot of experience now in EK, I would say, but there's always small things what can happen in the last fights. We will play around as much as we can, of course, to make it possible, and then we will maybe see the attempt 1 EK E4 run as a Swampert run. Not saying Swampert will come to the E4, that's something else, but it is a Swampert run, and just doing a Swampert run is already harder than going for Blaziken or Sceptile, because Swampert is obviously not doing that much like Sceptile or Blaziken is doing for the entire run. They are probably one of the best mons in the entire game. So, let's see. Thank you for watching again, and see you guys in the next fight. Or fights.